بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن والاه. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. جزاكم الله خيرا for attending this critical session. To start anything, whether it is knowledge or understanding or projects or behaviors or business or endeavors, anything you start as a human being should be the starting point is this, which is what is your view of this world? What is your view? And this is the biggest problem throughout the whole world. And many people do not have clear understanding of the view of this world, the whole world. Some they just ignore it and deal with what is present because it is something not being presented in any form or any way or any field. In education, you are not going to be discussing what is your view about the whole world. What are your concepts? How is it constructed and how is it interconnected or disconnected? And what is your position in it? And this is basically is the foundation. Anything, life is built on this understanding. And we call it the view of the world, Islamic point view of the world. But there are some other views which are either philosophical or materialistic or coming from different background. But we have to, by the end of the day, to ask question, which one works? Which one consistent? Which one will fit? Which one will produce harmony and peace and progress and fruitful interaction and relationship? And so you're going to build a curriculum, you're going to start a reform movement, organization, project, anything, constitutions, system of education, all of it has to be basically based on the worldview. Which one you agree, which one you understand, which one you believe in, and from there you go. If we don't do that, and that is exactly the conditions of the world, they don't start from there, then we know it is basically form of chaos in total. There are part of it is fine and really running good, like materialistic world is just fine and runs fine, and it is almost the way it should be. But the social affairs, the interaction of human being to other creations, all of it is basically chaos or in a disarray, and it is personalized, and it is according to that philosopher or that leaders or that system or that regime or that state or that background. And so the Islamic view of the universe consists of 4 elements. Elements number 1 is the universe, including nature and animals and all other creatures, or including angels, including jinn, whatever other than human being, all living and non-living other than human being. That is one element. The second element is human being. The third element is life and death. And the fourth element of the consistency or the components that making human being, a relationship among all of these. So If we start with symbol one, life and death, those life and death are not concepts, they are creations. And when we go through the universe, we find two parts, one living parts and one dead parts. The living parts, basically, when you analyze it, you go all the way bottom to something called the biological cell. That is the least, the minimum, the first unit to build life in any form, in any shape. And the components of the biological cell is well known, but how it carries life, no one knows and will never be known. You can bring all these elements scientifically and put them together, but you will never be able to get to good at living creatures. That is one part. The other part, which is dead part, which is the materialistic world. You analyze it down, it goes all the way to the basic element, which is, say, the atoms and what is into the atoms. All the elements and particles, there are too many of the atoms. Now, atoms is dead matters, with no doubt about it. So these are the foundations of life and death, cell and atoms. And they exchange between themselves. The atoms and nucleus and particles can become living, and the living one, which is the cells, can become a dead. This is something going on, and this is what life. And this is why تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. These two creations, which is, as we said, the part that carry life, which is the cell, and the one that does not carry life, which is the atom or the other particles in the atoms, they are daily, basically the dead become alive and the alive become dead. The cells live for a certain time and then die. And the atoms, elements, food, grains, you eat them when they are dead. And then when get into the body of human being or other living creatures, they become alive. So it is daily phenomenon seen that those two parts, which are the whole universe, is consist of, they basically exchange status from life to death, from death to life, and human being cannot, will never be able to understand how. What is it? How the dead become alive and how alive that become dead. And you look to the other product, like the chicken or eggs. And the chicken eats something maybe live and then dead and then processed and then brought eggs. Eggs is dead, then by a certain way it'll become created and has living creatures. So that is life. And it's just telling us one thing. There is will, there is design, there is a creator, there is a purpose, and there is interconnectedness. This second part we said is the other creations. Okay, so from nature to the heavens and all other things around us. The relationship between all of these four things, this is what is the purpose, the job, the function of human being on earth, is to nurture those four relationships. Relationship of human being to other human being. Relationship human being to life, death, and life. Relationship of human being to the non-living creatures, the whole universe. And the center of it, the relationship of these creations to the creators. This is the function. This is what is expected. The human being is basically a user, being given the authority to use all of these resources. They are connectedly and they are serving human being, and human being has a test to choose between the right way and the wrong way. The choice is depend on this worldview. How do you see it? This is what is going to make you doing the choice. And we have this table. I have sent it to you, and this is a real important basic piece of knowledge ever you will have, and you will see and will understand that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this colony called the universe, created earth 2 days, and all the sustenance and water in 2 days, and then heaven and earth before that in 2 days, and said to Adam, okay, here is well designed, well built, well equipped, well integrated, well harmonious colony. You are in charge to use it. And in order to sustain, nourish, and promote these four relationships right way according to the agreement of usage. If you don't own it, it's not yours. You don't even maintain it. So it is a unit, function, system, code, machine, computer, whatever it is. Here the agreement of usage, and you are in charge to use it. And you are free to use it right or wrong, to follow the agreement or not, but you get to be aware there are some consequences for that. So with that, we can see Allah has given Adam, after the situation is basically been set, given him, number one, the Quran. And if you follow on the table, given him the Quran, and the Quran can be taken as a guidance or can be ignored and follow temptation and shaitan. Shaitan, also a creation of Allah, and the job is to make the test for human beings, serious test, that there is enemy, equipped, prepared, ready all the time, has all the means, has some leverages, has some edges on you that is going to challenge you, and the main purpose of his job to sway you away from the Quran and from this concept of four elements, integrated, harmonious relationship among them. So if you choose, here that is what is the test, to choose between take the revelation as a guidance or follow your desires or your hawa or your temptation or shaitan. What's going to happen? Either life is basically a guiding map. You know where you are and you know where you want to go. If you choose the other way around, then it is lost path. I'm somewhere, I don't know where did I come from, and I don't know where I am, but I know I am here. And I have some food here, and I have some water here, and some lust here, and some leisure here, and some entertainment here. I'll enjoy it and I'll think about it when I come to it. That is number one. Number two, Adam, or the human being given the authority to use the resources in the whole universe. And each gift of Allah has two components, motivators and a challenge. Because that is how it is balanced. That's how Allah is fair. That's how Allah designed this human being to be able to look to the choices and to take the motivators and to move forward the right way, or to see the challenge and basically do something wrong or destructive. And this is so the resources of the universe, the motivators is the need. I want food, I want house, I want money, I want luxury, I want. That is the motivation. So keep searching, keep studying, keep producing, keep building, keep making things happening to fulfill your need and to fulfill yourself and to make fulfillment for you to be the best of you, the best version of you. Resources are there, and you have the need, you have the ability, as we can see later, and you can basically acquire it as much as you want. And the basically challenge is laziness. Definitely you need hard work to build a company, to uh, reform, to have a good system of education, to have stability, peace, all of this harmony, justice. It needs a lot of work and a collective work, as we're gonna see later. And some they just prefer laziness. Okay, give me welfare and leave me alone. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to be part of doing anything. So long I get a piece of bread and some water, a place to sleep, leave me alone. That is laziness. So there are consequences. The consequences is either life as an engine of progress or rust of stagnation. And individuals, societies, communities, we have seen there are certain communities for the last 100 years. Every year they come through the drought, and when the rainy season comes, they never take action to avoid the drought when it comes. Never, and just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. So it is a rush of stagnation. Now, the third gift is the intellect. And the intellect, basically, the motivator is knowledge. All people love to know, very curious. All human beings, that is in their genes, that curiosity to know. And we see the children question, what is this, what is this, what is this? And we see Adam. Adam, basically, his curiosity led him to listen to Iblis and try to taste the tree. It's a curiosity because he was told you are going to live forever and you are going to become the biggest or the greatest king. And those two things are the dearest and the most loved things to human being, is to live forever and to become a king. But Allah said these are for the second life, not for this life. This life is limited, and no matter what you do, it has a lot of problem, and it is just basically temporary. You will be a king. There is no doubt about it in the hereafter. وَإِذَا رَأَيْتَ ثَمَّ رَأَيْتَ نَعِيمًا وَمُلْكًا كَبِيرًا. The kingship in the dunya doesn't have na'im, has hum and concern and worried and all of these bad things. The kingship in akhirah is basically purely pleasure, safe security, and real ownership for that things. So that is the motivation. The intellects can really bring a lot of destructive ideas, and we can see it nowadays. The moral code, where is it? The justice, where is it? The relationship between human and nature, what is it? Greed is over there. Those few who have it, basically, they want some more, and those majority who didn't have it, who cares about them? It's their problem. So that is going to basically make life, and that's the outcome, campus to truth or wandering lost. Third is the ability, al-qudra. Human being has the ability to use these resources in this life. And the motivators is discovery. And you can see how it is motivating human being to make more research, more discovery, and use it in life and see life is still it changed. Technology has changed. AI has changed life and relationship and connection and communication, interaction, economy, education. All of it changed because of this ability to discover and human being getting more motivation to do that. Now, if you basically choose not to use your ability to discover and become basically flourishing, powerful, free, it's going to be the other way around, that you are going to be always dependent on others who does this work. And that is going to be wings of freedom. Either you have it, if you are really going with the discovery, wings of freedom, or a chain of limitation. And we see the world divided into those who have the wings of truth. They have the science and technology and advancement, and they dictate on the whole world whatever they wish and whatever they want. And the other part of the world, they are really in chains of limitation. Borrow, interest, international monetary fund, that and this, basically chains of limitation in all aspects of life. The fourth one is the soul, and it is actually part of the human identity. So either you choose to have the balance between the body and the soul. We said human being is a spiritual creation, have intellect, lives in a body. These are three together. If they are balanced, then basically things are in control, things are balanced, things are peaceful. If we enable the body to become tyrant, as we do today, tyranny of the body is overwhelming and taken over the soul in all aspects of life, then life will be runaway steed. I mean, he's just basically on the cliff, and you never know when is going to be the end. The next one is adornment, beauty. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give human being with creation, with his creation, beauty, and also enable him to enhance it, to multiply it, to acquire more beauty. قد أنزلنا يا بني آدم قد أنزلنا عليكم لباسا يواري سوآتكم وريشا ولباس التقوى ذلك خير. If you are worried about your appearance and the beauty and enhancement and impressing others, you also need to same worry have about your inner qualities, the manners, the ethics, the treatment of others, the concept of you about others. These all basically element of taqwa, and you are going to be really in the eyes and the sight of Allah and others is how you treat them. That is who you are going to be. And the now if basically this adornment, just we focus on it to acquire more leisure and pleasure, then it is vanity, or it's going to be a mask of arrogancy. And this is exactly some, you can see some people, they are wealthy, they are famous, and they don't have really core of faith or belief. They don't have understanding of this worldview. It's not clear to them. This is the concrete belief and faith. Everything is going to come from there. Definitely, they are arrogant, and this arrogancy is must. Oh, we are star. We have to behave that way, and so on and so forth. And then the nafs has desires, and those desires need a discipline. So if you just scratch discipline, then it's going to be wildfire. If you basically enhance the discipline, then it will be controlled fire. And controlled fire, we love it. People go for camping and have fire, controlled fire. Its warmth, its beauty, all of these things. And that's how the desires. The six senses, we say five, and the sixth one is the soul. If they are integrated, then there will be life. It will be like a symphony of harmony. If they are contradicting, in you're basically life is a noise of chaos, because the soul saying something, the eye saying something, the fu'ad saying something, the mind says something, the aql says something, the hands. You get to know that part of your body which is under your control can rise to rebel against you. And this is what does mean addiction. Addiction means part of their body out of control, actually taken over them and dictating their behavior, and they are enslaved to that part of their body because they have not resolved to the discipline. Now, will and intention and time and community belonging, this is so important that also Allah said, it's not you are alone and not you are an individual. You belong. خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا. Adam was given preview of the creations, and he saw the animals. Basically, they are strong. They can stand winter, summer, freezing. They are stronger than human being, basically. Though a human being can subjugate them, or actually they are in their nature subjugated to serve human being, part of the taskhir. So Adam complained, I am the master of the universe, but I am weaker than a cow or a horse or a camel or a bird. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, I gave them what you don't need, and I gave you what you will never need anything. I gave you the intellect, and I gave you the belonging, other human being, the collectiveness. With these two, you are unstoppable. No one can stop you. If you use fully your intellect, and you have a team, you have a community, you have a family, you have a group, you have followers, you have supporters, you have masses around you, you are unstoppable. You can do anything, almost no impossible. But I didn't give this to the cow or the horse, or they don't have any of that. Even within themselves, they never work collectively. So I get to give them some protection. You are basically privileged and favored by these two gifts that will make you unstoppable. You can make heater and air conditioner and plane and rockets and car and all of these, so long you are fully effectively using these two gifts. I don't think I can go through all the table, but please look at it and reflect on it. And reflection is not a good word. Act upon it. That is what is needed. Look into it, study it. Think of it as a belief, as a real understanding of the whole universe, as a core piece of the all knowledge, as the mother of all other knowledge. Anything you go based on this table, you will understand it very well, and you will act upon it also very well. You will excel, and you will know the choices in front of you, how to make the best of them, and that was going to make you the best of yourself, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.